folks, and welcome to our channel. So today I'm going to do a reading looking at the news that the JFK assassination files have been released, or some of them. Um, this morning when the news came to me, I actually just randomly went on X, and obviously it's trending on X as it would do, and I felt myself getting pulled into it. But then straight away the energy came in and said, actually, this is distraction and it's stuff and nonsense. And it's also being used as a tool to further Trump's agenda, okay? And how Trump wants to be seen. So at that minute, I was having my breakfast. I was a cup of cacao as well at the same time. And I then found myself transported to the Oval Office. But rather than Trump being there, it was JFK. And he was sat at that Oval Office. And the strange thing is, it was even black and white. It was weird. It was random. And I could see myself sat in my living room, but I was also sat in the Office. And he was like shaking his head. He had his hand on his head like that. And he was like, there's a difference between people that, scholars and historians or people that are pulled to that time in history, wanting to research things and diligently, is that his word? Diligently, wanting to research things and spending a lifetime in that and producing books and texts and all kinds of things and tools for learning. But this is something quite sinister. Um, and what he also said was that it's pulling people off their path and it's pulling people back to the past. And that, yes, sometimes we've got to be pulled back to spring forward, but that depends on the situation. That right now, we're going into equinox, whether it's spring equinox or winter equinox, we're going into equinox. And again, another opportunity for upgrades. The energies are mwah, with the astrology. I'm not talking about isolating ourselves in our house. I'm actually talking about the opposite. We shouldn't just be isolating ourselves, but neither should we be getting pulled into all of these stories. Um, that's what I got. And then I came back. This isn't cacao, by the way. This is just nettle tea. But then I came back um, and that it's going to just bring up more questions than it is answers. So then I pulled a card for myself as I'm setting up before I came on. And if you've had a session with me, I do this thing when I'll be shuffling talking to you. I'll stop and I'll go, and I'll look at the bottom of the deck because that's always a card for you, is that? I swear to God. And I got the Emperor. The Emperor, we know that Trump, and I need to do a video on this, we know that Trump in a past life has had a life as an emperor. But this again is his energy wanting to play the big guy, play the one that does it, the one that breaks through. Again, as well, this weekend, he's had Conor McGregor in the White House, and there's been uproar about that, especially from those that can hold and anchor into the divine feminine energy. It's just, ooh, it's a stage. The world is a stage. Let's have a look at what the cards say. So show me the energy around the files, the JFK assassination files being released. Show me the energy. We've got Temperance coming in. Yeah, Ace of Wands. It's almost like this boom of information has hit people. I can't remember whether it was my guides or Spirit or whatever or JFK, but one of them also mentioned this morning that as humans we're being bombarded with far too much information. We're having too much information coming at us, which is why people are struggling with critical thinking and discernment. We've got temperance. Okay, right, yeah. Oh, the JFK files have been released. Okay, interesting. That's good. Let's get on with my day type energy, and also looking at it from a balanced perspective. Two of Cups, again, another card of balance. And Two of Cups is also about the internal world and the reflections in the world and not allowing it to take us off of our center or into something that is quite murky. Three of Swords, there's going to be some disappointment here with these because some people are going to expect names and dates and whodunits, and some people are going to be going into this expecting to see something, and it's going to be like scroll, 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 scroll. Oh God. And it's just going to be, But there's also heartbreak from JFK's actual family. So his daughter, um, grandchildren, there's a pain around that. Um, the Knight of Cups, the wish, the hermit, the deep thinker, the lovers. That's Trump's card, isn't it? It's almost like Trump's got this vision of a world in his head that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, and it's not workable or doable. Death and rebirth. One, two, three, four. We've got four major arcana. The Emperor coming in. Five major arcana. Let's see what comes after. And Four of Cups coming in as well. So looking at those cards, the energy around this is very mediocre, to say the least. I also feel as well that many people are going to do what I did and just dip the foot in and go, no, it's fine. I don't need to read this. Or many people are even going to say, do you know what? I'm not even going there. Well done, you. Many people will jump in head first and get caught up in it. But let me do a clarifier for the Emperor in this reading. It's interesting that on my desk, without thinking about it, I've placed the Death card and the Emperor card next to each other, and the Four of Cups, which is something in common. Now, how could this be the end of Trump or lead into the end of Trump? Or I know many of you are saying in sessions and in comments that many supporters of him are stepping away. Many people are getting fed up with the constant drama that he's meant to be leading a country, but it just seems like drama after drama after drama. I'm showing my old place of work, and there was people that worked there that always made themselves look really busy, like they were doing everything, but they weren't doing anything. I'm being shown that analogy. So the Emperor clarifier for this reading. Yeah, mental health issues. I don't know how this is going to play out, but this is somehow going to be connected to his own downfall. Um, he's not right mentally. He's not right mentally. Some of the stuff he's coming out with at the minute is just like off the scales. Biden got ribbed for a lot of things, but some of the stuff that Trump's coming out with is not right. He's trying to distract people with all of this. He knows that JFK is still a wound within the consciousness, public consciousness. It's still a part of history that many of us are interested in and being fascinated in, and that's fine. I love history, but let's keep pulling. It's interesting. He comes in as the emperor, but then he's got this underneath, mental conflict. The Empress as well. Harvest is what she falls pregnant. That's the planting of the seed. And then she gives birth. That's the harvest. This sounds bizarre, I know it is, and I'm not a psychologist, and maybe people that do that type of thing can figure this out, but I don't like to see this. But this is almost an energy of bringing about his own. There's an energy here of bringing about his own demise. Either I don't want to think through, but a bit like people doing them in a cult. I mean, I've been reading the book, The Cult of Trump, at the minute. Interesting book, by the way. Or if he gets kicked out of office, this is why. It's almost like he's setting things up to then say, if God forbid, when I say God forbid, no one wants to see somebody assassinated or killed. That's not good. But God forbid he gets killed because nobody wants to see that. He doesn't die organically, asleep in his bed. Um, this is for people to say, look, he tried to clean up the swamp and all of that shit. He's part of the swamp. There's plenty of pictures of him with people from the swamp. For people to then come forward, his loved ones, nearest and dearest supporters, to say, you see, this is why he's been. It's almost like there's an energy here, even wanting to control people from beyond the grave. Or if he gets kicked out of office, it's something. Would this be a narcissistic personality thing where they are setting things up so when they are, it's a bit like when a narc says something to you in a room full of people, and the narc says something to you that everybody else thinks it's just normal, or it they haven't really said anything to you, but you know they've just gone into your wound, and you react to the narc, and they say, "See, see, I told you they were mental." Do you know what I mean? It's that type of energy. Interesting. Interesting. We are going to read on Trump and why he has done it. Let's just see what. We'll also see what JFK thinks about. Pull some cards for JFK. We'll see why Trump has done it. We'll pull cards for it. Why has Trump released these files? Why has Trump released these files? Why has Trump released these JFK files? The Empress and the Emperor. King of Wands. The big guns. He's coming in with the big guns. Um, when I saw this card, I heard the words the get out of jail free card. You heard that? Is that in Monopoly? The get out of jail free card. Is this also him putting a message out of Jimmy used to do this, Jimmy Savile, of don't touch me because I'll go this far. He's playing a game with this. He's playing a game with it. He's showing his power, he's wielding his power, the chariot. He's railroading through policy, through the way things are done. The King of Cups. Let's see what comes after it. Yeah, the Five of Cups, injured, issues with emotions. Three, four, for 6 cards there. Two more. Again, we've got the mental health card and the King of Coins, the money men, the power. Possibly people within that book I've just been reading was a total mind blower. I didn't realize just how many groups there are in the world. And about, certain groups and money and power and being paid to release these files. I don't know. Let's have some tea. Can a president be paid to release? Of course he can. Who would want to pay Trump to release those files? Anywho, right, let's see what JFK thinks. So JFK, JFK, JFK. Does JFK think to the release of his files? What does JFK think to the? Let's do some pendulum work as well, I think. What does JFK think to the release of the files? Ooh, interesting. Cards going mental. Let me just straighten up because cards went mental. What does JFK think to the release of the files on his assassination? What does JFK think? What does JFK think? That's interesting. I'm being shown JFK Jr. coming and standing in front of JFK as like a defense, like a son would defend a father. We've got the Four of Wands that's flipped out. Four of Wands. Oh my, why am I shuffling again? Anyway, just keep going. The transition, the event, the transition, the assassination. No, he wasn't in a boat, he was in a car. A big event. It was a huge event in America and in the world. Four of Coins. Four of Coins is when we're stuck. Pulling interesting. Oops. King of Cups. This feels like that's the energy of JFK. The Star card. Clarity. Ace of Coins. Seed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do it again. Temperance. 2 of Cups. And I heard the word unity at that. Oh, do you know, I am getting an awful pain in my head. This is horrible. Oh, this can happen when you do this type of work. And I know it's not me because it's not that type of pain I'd get. I know the type of perimenopause pains I get in the brain. Or psychic pains you can get from doing too much work. But yeah, this is weird. I want to pull one more card and the lover's choice. So what I'm feeling is let me put those two there so I can see everything clear. The event, the transition, the transition that we're also on, the transition that he is on, to go into your heart, to stay clear-minded, to stay clear in your body, to carry on creating and to stay balanced with temperance, to not go into hatred and anger and vitriol, because he's saying that, you know, going against Trump. You can disagree with someone. You can be angry at someone, but to stay in that vitriol energy, it's about letting it go. Don't let this be another excuse to jump into the hatred or the fear. It's hard to explain this one. Stay in alignment. Don't let ourselves be pulled or played. Stay in our heart. The event happened. That temperance card is the one that does it for me. It's balance. It's balance. It's also as well with the Ace of Pentacles. It's carry on creating. He's also showing me years down the line, and many people are here now already where they don't give a shit what happens in the world. And that may sound selfish. Again, it's one of these things where I go, I was watching something the other day and I can't remember who it was, but he was saying, I think he was more a psychologist than a spiritual teacher. He was saying that humans are actually not meant to know what's going on in the world. We are built to be aware of what's going on in our village, our town, our city, our street, our own family, and it comes back like that. But because we've got 24/7 news, it's affecting us in so many ways. And not just that, we've got different types of news. We've got different types of people that aren't even news, influencers coming in. So he's saying stay neutral, stay balanced, keep your vibrations high. I'm almost feeling as well, he's saying it doesn't matter who killed him or why. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to us. He wasn't our father. He wasn't our grandfather. He wasn't our husband. Husband, that's Yorkshire coming out. He wasn't our husband. He wasn't our lover. He wasn't our friend. So we shouldn't let ourselves be into it. We should be the observer. But also as well allowing everything to play out. And all my readings come back to this. Allow it to play out, whether it's something on the world stage, whether it's something in your life. And don't think by allowing it to play out is like, oh, you know, what can I? It's like the let them theory. Some people have taken the let them theory and made it into something else. And the let them theory is not about just let them. What can I do? I'll just plod and I'll let them bully me. It's not that. It's let them and let me. So let Trump release the files if he wants to. Let people go down the rabbit holes if they want to. Let you look after you. Let you stay in your high vibration. Let you stay in neutrality. Let you stay in love. Let you stay in alignment. Let you stay in peace. Let you stay in joy. Yeah, let me, okay? And that's my feeling on that. What's the energy? I want to see the energy of these files. I want to see the actual energy of the information in there. That pain in my head's gone, by the way. Um, that must, do you know, it's a difficult one. I've just been reading a book. It's an Alison Weir book. And obviously, she's written the Six Tudor Wives. It's actually a good series to read. And the book I've just finished is Anne Boleyn. And she actually did some research about beheading. I've fantastically researched work and about the fact that this sounds brutal, but when she felt that she would have had a moment, I think she said 2 seconds, where she's spoken to doctors and they've said that the nervous system is still in place. Because in the, but I'm not giving you spoilers here because obviously we know that Anne Boleyn got her head chopped off, so I can talk about the ending. But she describes how Anne would have felt in that moment with the head coming, and I was like, oh God. And it's almost like he would have felt that. It wouldn't have just been a case of that's it, boom, you're gone. He would have felt that. Um, Also, as well, I'm feeling that take it away from him being president, how would you feel if it was your grandfather's death or well, I just want it out there, but somebody's trying to bring it out because they're trying to cover their own shit up and they're trying to further their own agenda. Do you know what I mean? Would you want your grandfather's death or father's death or husband's death or your own death to be used in that way? So, show me the actual energy of these JFK files that have been released today. Show me the actual energy of the JFK files that have been released today. The Knight of Cups coming in, obviously, something coming in, an offer. Many people's wish has been to see this. Many people are joyful that this has happened. Um, Ace of Swords, we're going to get the truth or the bottom of it. The Strength card. The Judgment. Exposure. Interesting. One, two, major arcana, three major arcana. Ace of Cups. Self-love, nurture. King of Swords. Let me just line these cards up. High Priestess, the Illusion, Intuition, the Magician, the Fool. I'm going to keep doing this. I feel like I need to keep pulling. Six of Coins, Queen of Swords, Justice. Okay. So let's have a look at this. Is an interesting spread. I'm feeling that many people feel as though they can't move forward until it comes out, whatever it is. Can I just do a clarify for that Justice card? Yeah, it's a burden. On the surface, it looks like, go on, Trump lad, go on, get those information out. There's a part of, I think, many people that, and I've been there, like, actually, yeah, it's about time this came out. I want to find out what happened. And there's that energy in these cards. But in amongst that energy in these cards is also the Queen of Swords and cutting ties with it and freedom. That actually, when we can get to a point with it where we go, it's like the death of Diana as well. When you get to a point where you go, I'm sick of trying to work it out. I don't need to work it out. It's not in my vibration to work it out. Let me do a clarifier for the judgment. That is quite freeing when you can get to that. Clarifier for the judgment card. Ooh. Death and rebirth coming in as well. Death card is rebirth. and something incoming. Do you know what I'm feeling with this? Is it's almost like if you've been in a situation where you like just get everything out in the open and then we know where we're at. There's that type of energy. But it's not just about JFK, it's about everything. We're living in an energy now where everything is coming up to be looked at. Whether we agree with it or not, everything is coming up to be looked at. So taking this at a higher level, like JFK said, let it happen. Let it come in. It may not give us the exact answers that maybe you're seeking. You know, many people will go to a book wanting to see a certain thing in a book. They will read it a certain way. Many people will read these files and think they've got all the information they need. Many people go, well, that was shit, depending on where they're coming from. But this is all part of the clearing. This is all part of the clearing. So, yes, there's that 3D energy in here of ego and narcissism and toxicity and distraction and delusion and illusion and all of that. There's that there. But at a higher level, there's also alchemy. And no, I do not think for a minute the physical being that is Trump sits down and thinks this. But at the higher self level, at the global higher self level, at the ascension level, we've got to ride those waves. There's so many complexities to these subjects, to these happenings in our life at the minute, whether it's personal or do you know what I'm finding at the minute? I don't know if you are. Are we still recording? God, just take that off. Oh, yes, we are. I don't know what you guys are finding, but I'm finding that you think you know the answer. I've conquered that aspect. I've conquered that shadow. And then something else comes in, and then something else comes in. And then because we've been very much like that, narrow minded, narrow vision, but we're being asked to open up. Everybody, whether you're blue or red, or whether you're awakened, unawakened, whether you're on a spiritual path or not, many things are expecting us to do that. We can come to a situation where we're feeling that anger and stuff, and then sit with it. Often I'll pull cards. I'll pull cards for myself, and I'll be like, oh, over a situation, and the cards I'll pull it, be like, wow, shut the F up, Claire. Do you know what I mean? So, final cards on this is again with this Six of Coins is yeah, illusion, where the High Priestess is. You're not going to get the full answers. And maybe it is time for us to go. It is what it is. He got killed, he got assassinated, but it's time to move on. Yes, it's time to come. It needs to come up. And maybe for a lot of Americans and a lot of people like myself that have been fascinated by it, need this moment to go, do you know what? I don't no, I don't give a shit because but yeah, some people say I don't give a shit. Um, that we've got to stop this going round in circles. And maybe this all doing this is going to, for some people, not for all, some people will go straight down the rabbit holes and they'll go round and round in circles. For many people will come to this and go, no, I can't deal with this anymore. I want to concentrate on my own personal ascension with the people around me, with my, family, friends, connections. I want to concentrate on clearing my personal karma before we even think about clearing the collective karma, because actually how you clear the collective karma is dealing with the personal karma because it ripples out into the world. Interesting read. Infinity as well, it's just going to keep going. Otherwise, these stories are on, was it record play? It's called repeat, on repeat, on repeat, on repeat, on repeat. A line needs to be drawn under it. Some things will never, a lot of people are under the illusion that it's all going to come out, that everything's, and it's not. It's not, it can't, because it would cause too much damage. It would cause too much mental confusion. It's not all going to come out. There's possibly never going to be a time when somebody sits down and tells you what happened 30th, 31st of August, 1997. There's never going to be that time. You'll hear a lot of naysayers and people coming out with their version, but you're never going to get it. Same with JFK. Some things we're never going to be able to, and that's a powerful thing, where you can go, actually, I'll never know. But it doesn't matter because I don't need to know. I don't need to. And that's where your power lies. Interesting. And somehow this is all playing out to help us get there. Yeah, because I'm thinking about Claire in the 90s and noughties that had been whoom, straight in on that. I love that kind of stuff. And this morning when it came up on X, I was like, do you know what I mean? So I needed that moment. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Please do like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. And there is a playlist on here with more of these videos called CT's Readings or CT's Tarot Readings, CT's Me. So please feel free to work your way through that playlist. Thanks for watching. Love to all. See you later.